Here. Hi, how is everybody doing? We're live, and we're just going to straighten this out here a bit. I hope everybody's having a good night here. We kind of have to change. I converse some of the cosplays around, guys. Cosplay theaters. We started off with we had a good cosplay going there for you guys on TikTok. The only platform basically allows you to do the cosplay theaters. So, like I said, the first set went pretty good, guys. Then the second set we had lost time. Then we went into the third set. We got all the way through the third set. And for the bloopers collection set, we went through the cosplay character I was reacting out just for TikTok. That went through no problem. But the fourth set, guys, there's some technical difficulties. I do apologize. I know you guys were enjoying the fourth set even more, guys. Totally. I did what I could. Also, too, again, we all know that TikTok is being threatened again. That's probably what it probably has to do with. That the fact that I guess, in 2 days now or whatever, there's a high chance that TikTok's going to disappear. So, I don't know. Here in Canada, we're not supposed to be affected by what's going on in the States with TikTok. But apparently, I guess we are. Due to the fact, no matter if you've set it to Canadian region, change it to Canadian region or something. Apparently, I guess whatever internet softwares we get here in Canada originates from the States anyways. So whatever they do down there, I guess somehow does have effect on us up here. So the grass is really not green on the other side, like everybody thinks it is, because everybody down there all went and set their changed the regions to set their devices to Canada. So they can get TikTok, but apparently TikTok's going out all over the place. I know right now, trying to a couple times. I don't know. I had to keep resetting my phone that I work off TikTok on, guys. Apparently, I'm having trouble with that. I've reset it so many times. I guess now it's sticking. That kind of thing like that. So. I don't know what's really going on with the TikTok end of things. Now, if I can converse the cosplays over to YouTube here, I'd be grateful. I would love to. It may have to redo the fourth set all over again, guys. Hopefully, I guess the 15th TikTok is fully supposed to go out. I don't even know if it's the 15th yet or not. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. If it isn't not yet, if I can save anything of my TikToks at least, at least I get this thing working again, so I can actually go in. I can save get my actual TikTok videos and get all of them up to Facebook. That'd be great. At least, I have to put Facebook back in. I may even have a hard time getting it in there. And I had to delete a lot of stuff in here too as well, because due to the fact because it was blocking and taking up so much storage space. So I don't know. Like I said, there's no. Again, I don't have a mobile number. Connected. It's technically just running off my regular everyday Wi-Fi modem through my satellite, and not through my phone number. So anyhow, like I said, so hopefully this starts working in time. Totally, and definitely, because this is what I was running my TikToks off of up till now. Even though there's no phone service, I've been just running it off, just kind of using my internet code and running it off the internet. just like a normal person does, would. But like I said, I like to kind of retrieve those as possible, um, if I can. Hopefully it's get that in there. I don't know. So like I said, guys, feel free to follow me on YouTube. I guess of course everybody's going YouTube. I personally, I've never tried the cosplays here on YouTube before, so I don't know how YouTube's going to take to it. It's more the cosplay theaters are more TikTok than anything, or was strictly all TikTok. Same with the lip singing and all that. It was all TikTok. I know YouTube is totally a lot more got to more limitations than anything to cosplay theater, live theater, that kind of stuff, that mime acting or lip singing or lip scripting, that kind of stuff like that. And also, just so you guys know, I'm reaching out to a lot of you TikTokers on here. I guess that we're on TikTok or whatever, so it eases your mind. Cosplay theater, guys, is not real. People play different characters. I know there's in the last few weeks, I've not seen anything, which I'm grateful, but I've heard of real live incidents being filmed on TikTok that people did on there. Fortunately, I just heard about it by catching the brief TikTok videos that people were on there talking about or whatever, or they were going on about or whatever. And some of the rude people on there's is sending certain people hateful comments, and those hearing about people bullying people on there. Now, just so everybody knows, I'm not a bully. I'm an okay type person. I'm a safe type person. I've got, like I said, I've had acting skills since I was a little kid myself. Growing up as a child, I did a lot of mime acting. I did a lot of. I took a professional live theater performance arts course. They don't like to refer to the word drama at all. They've gotten away from that negative title. For years, the drama community was always a good title, but over the decades or years, it has been used for a negativity, a bad word for some reason. It's almost like the 4-letter word. So a lot of groups don't really prefer to be addressed by being dressed or being identified as being called drama. They prefer the term live performing theater arts, performing and arts, that kind of thing. So it separates from what people want to call drama or whatever, because like I was saying before, like there's two types of drama. There's good drama, like people on TikTok were doing the cosplay theaters and that kind of stuff like that, reacting to their favorite characters, or the lip singing. But then also too, you've got your illegal drama, where you get your street gangs and that kind of stuff like that. And that's just totally not drama. That is totally what you call totally ballistic BS, if you really want to put it at that. So they've kind of given, those kind of people have given drama like a bad name, over the years. So like I said, a lot of performing arts is strictly just called performing live theater, performing arts. Now, I seen something go right behind me. Did you guys see that? There has got to be something in this room, totally, because I'm getting goosebumps. Also, too, the Earnest Cosplay Theater that I just did on TikTok, guys. was replacing your normally, or what normally I would go live with, the Dark Haunted Hunter's Cabin Challenge, haunted house, because we closed that down because of the COVID-19 pandemic. I did anyways. So I took the luxury of, because also being a TikToker, I kind of did, like, started doing, like, doing a cosplay theater of a favorite character that I always liked since I was a kid, from the Ernest movies, a couple of them anyways. The fourth set, guys, we're gonna call it a flop. I guess we're not gonna continue on with it. Definitely, I would have loved to gotten to the end of it, like I did the Halloween set, the Halloween one, Ernest Goes to Camp one, and the Family Album one. But Ernest goes to jail is like Ernest Goes to Africa. It was the same way. They both flopped. Not really flopped, but started having technical difficulties with the camera shutting down. So, 1 minute the TikTok camera is working, the next minute it's not working. I don't know. Now I rely on again to get the background sound of tracks and that kind of stuff like that. We may have to come first to the living room. I don't know how to work, because I really don't want to move my computer again from this location back to the living room. And generally, because I'm gonna need my computer for YouTube Live, and also to it all depends if YouTube Live is going to allow the cosplay to go through or not as well, or allow it to be post, because I know YouTube has is very different than what TikTok is. You go live as long as you want on here, but I don't know with YouTube it is more dependent. There is certain role plays, and it's not like TikTok. There's certain role plays or certain songs that will gig you. Now, when I first started TikTok in the end of 2014, TikTok was never a problem. Never a problem. It's just ever since the United States started threatening to do away with TikTok, TikTok started becoming a problem. Totally. They've been hitting everybody innocent. They've been hitting every innocent TikToker on there. They've been shutting our cameras down, everything. Sending false ban notices, shutting totally people innocent people shutting us innocent people right off for no reason. In the middle of a cosplay or whatever. Apparently it is still owned by, I guess, I thought it was already sold, but I guess it's still owned by ByteDance in Hong Kong, China. Definitely. And the fact that they don't want to sell over to any company in the States or whatever, there's a big huffle. What do you call a big huffle and kerfuffle over TikTok alone? And also too, there's TikTokers getting on there, basically accusing people, calling out innocent TikTokers and accusing them of stuff, and they don't even know the people. They've never met them in reality, and definitely, and they're putting a very heavy judgment on them. They're making them look and sound like they're putting them down, or they're name calling, and there is a lot of stuff going on TikTok. So if by any chance, if you've been a TikToker for a long time and you're not doing anything wrong, like I wasn't doing anything wrong. There was a lot of us who weren't doing anything wrong. it is people are getting us innocent positive people that have been on there the longest um, are the ones that are being victimized totally. Um, that has been on TikTok in good standing since the thing even started in 2014. So that is like some of us have got like good 6 years on top of these new people that just joined within 30 days. And also, just to let you guys know, um, yeah, I just did it just for tonight. So that way I can address. So that way I can publicly address the keep you guys updated, um, and that. But normally, social media now does not allow you to restrict it. No matter if you're on TikTok, even after the 15th, if we still have TikTok and things work out, it comes back, or if it don't come back, or if it is totally gone, or any other social media, guys. So if any of the TikTokers are listening that have been restricting their TikTok social media to nobody under the age of 18, social media new guidelines and terms, community standards and terms and conditions says it's illegal to for you to restrict your live streams. It is not allowed. It is by law in some districts. I don't know if it is. I'm not sure. Maybe in other countries, I don't know what it's like. Maybe the laws may be different. But I know with Canada and the U.S., it is illegal because then they might feel that you might be hiding something you shouldn't be hiding. Um, and that kind of stuff like that. So your live social media is gotta be viewable for all ages. It is new policies, I know, because I got that notice from Facebook. I got that notice from YouTube, um, and even before TikTok decides to go adios downhill, I got the same notice from TikTok as well, stating that you are not allowed to restrict age restriction on your live social media, no matter if it's TikTok, even if it's a 60-minute video or 15-second video. Even if you've got enough thousand followers to go live, you cannot put an age restriction on your live social media, and that's what a lot of people on TikTok were doing. Um, it is especially with them being on a children's app, and definitely or an app with mixed ages. Everything from public school to high school to college and seniors as well. It was a type of app that everybody was welcome. Like I said, now some areas get the app free. They could download the app, get it free. Some areas don't get it free. I know where I live, we don't get it free. We have to pay into it. I'm not worried about it. I know I get billed for TikTok because the fact that I do use it. And my internet company bills me every month for TikTok alone. That's going to be a good lump sum money lost at my end, anyways. If TikTok if on the 15th of September, which is coming real soon, which is probably 2 days away or a day away or whatever soon, decides it's gonna close up. If the states are going to if we get affected by it. Now we here in Canada weren't really supposed to be affected by it, but apparently we are, because if it's like everything else, whatever the states does, we're automatically affected. Totally, because a lot of services or media services we pick up on all come from the states. The states, when they first get stuff like abs, they come from Singapore, China, or wherever in the world, and then circulates into the states. So what circulates to the states, then we can channel and pick up here in Canada. But if everything goes out in the states, then we can't pick it up here in Canada, we automatically are we're automatically affected, just as affected of it, um, as everybody else. So by setting your region to Canada isn't going to help any. Um, it's not going to save your TikTok's account. If it's going to go too lewd down the toilet, it's going to go too lewd down the toilet. There's nothing you can do about it. If you guys are anything like me, that is, that's been that is being built for it. I don't know what you can do. There's nothing I can do at my end either. That's between you and your internet service provider that bills you monthly. It's what it comes down to, your internet bills. But yeah, the people that are getting it for free, they don't have nothing to worry about because they're not paying for it to begin with. It's there's just some of us in some districts. All I was saying was we get billed for every app we use. It goes on our internet bill. Like even if we go to download a movie site, we're paying for it. We have to pay to use that movie site. We don't get it free. It must be nice. But if you guys are in the area, you're getting it free. Just consider yourself. Excuse me. Consider yourself, guys, lucky. Don't complain. If anybody has the right to complain, it's us people that get billed for all this shit. I tell you, on a monthly basis, and we pay our internet bill in good standing. So when I pay my internet bill at the end of each month, I'm paying for every app that I install in on my phone too, as well. If I'm using it because I'm using the internet. Same with my computer. So any app I put on my desktop computer or any social media, I'm paying for. That even goes for like when I was using TikTok on internet. Any of the audios that I was using from my videos, or even creating soundtrack audio for my TikToks. I pay with my internet bill. I'm paying for the copyright. In general, I get billed for the copyright. So like I said, guys, I ain't going for no free ride. Definitely. But yeah. So like I said, and then there's always people around us that little buggers are getting it for nothing. But yet there's people like me that get billed for everything. How is that fair? But I'm not gonna go there. I'm not worried about it. But in the long run, I know it's all gonna work itself out. I'm not worried about it. It's just in the middle of a cosplay like that, when there's technical difficulties, no matter what's caused by, people fooling around with cameras, or, people attacking innocent TikTok accounts because they think it's funny to report and block people for no reason because they get so jealous because why? You have 1,000 followers and they don't. Or they don't like the fact that you have talent and they don't have talent. They get pissed off and jealous, so they don't get their own way. So what they do is they bully and cause trouble, and they've got to affect everybody, shut everybody down. That is not right. TikTok was supposed to, the way it started when I first joined, was supposed to be a fun app platform to get on the platform, to get on the app, to enjoy yourself, to have a good time, not to listen to people, get on there and accuse people. And, I know people have their everyday problems. They have their struggles, like that's understandable. But live social media is not Checks TV 12 news. It is not, especially when it comes down to a live performing theater arts app like TikTok, which is a musical app that's really meant for live performing, cosplay, theater, performing arts, um, and song and dance musical. Um, to make music videos. That's all it was supposed to be for, or to be used for. Not to get on there and start calling people out and start accusing people you don't even know, you've never met. Um, you know, get on there and start calling people bullies, start name calling people, start calling people pedophiles. When you don't even know half the people that you're name calling or you calling those dirty names to, you've never met in life, and those people are 10 to 1 are not even like that. Because then you've put your own foot in your mouth because you're judging a person that you've never met, or you're darkening blackening somebody's name you don't even know. That is not like that, and you're falsely accusing. These apps or these social medias are not for that. And I can publicly say that. And I think if anything, if what's causing TikTok to be banned a lot quicker in the States is that. Totally. That's what's doing it. But they're covering up and probably just making making some other type of excuse to cover up the real truth of it all, that they don't publicly want to announce on the media. But in the long run, that's probably what's causing the banning of it quicker, is because of people's arrogance on there. Because of people spreading too much negativity on there, spreading too much hate. There's too many dirty name calling. There's too many rude comment videos coming up underneath positive comment video, on top of positive TikTok videos like mine, that are positive TikTok videos that are meant for fun and entertainment, to make people laugh, that kind of stuff, to entertain people. There's rude people, there's arrogant people coming on up underneath with dirty comments, perverted comment videos. There's too much TikTok. There's too much perverted. I'm not against the swearing on there in the swearing audios. I know it is adult vocabulary, but I'm not worried about that. But it's the perverted. It is the perverted audio that's being created on there. It is sexual perverted audio that people are talking totally grossly perverted about their private parts. That's not acceptable on any social media, and I think if anything, that's probably why our government leaders has banned it a lot quicker. They were probably considering not banning it, but because of the amount of people that are bullying on there, everything that I'm hearing about, people adiosing themselves on there, shooting themselves in the mouth on there, killing themselves on there. You'd be surprised what's getting back to government, to big time government authorities, and they probably probably it is their way of saying, if people are not going to respect the platform like that, they're going to abuse it, you're going to lose it. The same things over time. If people, or also too, people keep posting, stuff to do with, like I said, I'm not against people of a different culture. I grew up with kids in my class that were of Jamaican, South African culture. They were good friends to me and everything else like that. Their parents have been like family to me or whatever. But yeah, there's especially during these times, people are going to post videos of, police officers being attacked and beat up. showing videos of police cars are being blown up, uh, violent COVID-19 protests. Guys, that kind of stuff you don't post on a performing arts app or any social media, not even Facebook, not even YouTube. That is domestic violence. If anything is going to be against community standards, that would be, and definitely. They say it isn't, but the owners say it isn't. But you know what? I personally believe it is. But yeah, um, like I said, it's like I said, it is a type of thing. We want to keep the fear down as much as possible. Like I'm sure people, like over time, if people keep doing that on YouTube here, showing some of those domestic violent videos or outbreaks of those protests on YouTube or Facebook, eventually both countries' governments are going to do the same thing to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. They're doing to TikTok. It'd be a matter of time. They're going to get so fed up. They're going to shut everything. They're going to shut all social media down. They're going to, they're going to shut off all the apps. I'm not putting any ideas in their heads, but that's just be careful. Basically, what you guys are posting. The seriousness of it, or how it's going to affect everybody in the social media community. Even in the live, like my community, which is performing in arts and entertainment. Like I said, it is crazy. Right now, yeah, we still have Instagram, we still have YouTube. Consider TikTok a lesson learned to those people that keep putting domestic violent videos on there, to videotaping these violent protests, or these BLM protests that goes on. Do not, guys, do not videotape that and put it on YouTube or any social media. That is I can understand that does go on, but the whole world doesn't need to see that shit on here. People see enough of it on the news as it is. It is social media is supposed to be a place for entertainment. More or less talents. People that might have wanted do air band lip singing. A little bit like what TikTok was. To provide television entertainment, since Hollywood is all shut down because of the COVID-19 stuff. So people can share their talents, that kind of stuff like that. You put on cosplay theater shows, that kind of stuff like that. Some good positive stuff, not garbage. There's enough garbage on TV as it is, totally. We don't need to clutter YouTube and Facebook, social media with all that same domestic violent garbage, or racism garbage, as much as possible. And that's what's been happening with TikTok. And both governments have probably got fed up with seeing it, and they've probably said, you know what, we're gonna ban it. They're never gonna tell you the real truth why they're banning it. They'll make up some type of some other excuse, so that way the people that are posting certain domestic violent films on there or whatever, or is part of those violence or part of the bullying or whatever's going on TikTok or whatever, the governments will lie and say some other type of story, so that way they don't want the people that are involved in that to pick up on the real truth why they're banning it. They hide the truth. Politicians are good at that. I know I used to be an Orangeman since I was a kid. Um, I got out of it because um, I, I know how dirty politics can really get. I'm not trying to turn my shows into political shows. Excuse me. I'm more of, like I said, I'm more of an entertainment, live entertainment, that kind of stuff like that. Um, but I don't when I'm me being when I was on TikTok getting negative comment videos underneath my positive TikTok videos, um, or some of these accusing videos coming up underneath negativity videos coming up under positive videos that I do, or my videos that are to are a comedy or just for entertainment, cosplay theater that's not real, or I react different characters, movie characters or whatever, and use these audio soundtracks or put together an audio soundtrack. Um, that you know like like I said, I did. I don't need the negativity underneath my positivity videos, um, that pop up, that are that come up. Now, a couple good times I had a couple good ones. I can grant that I had a good couple comment videos come up, but lately, since all this big TikTok threat panic happened, with the states threatening TikTok and everything else like that, is people starting to get, a lot of people that once were pretty good are starting to get very bad on TikTok. There's still a few good people on there, I can grant that. I guess a lot of the good people have all of a sudden disappeared. All the nice people. Um, so like I said, it's or two also too, like there is also too there's all of a sudden, the LGBTQ TikTokers came on. They've been always been pretty good. I always liked their TikToks. I enjoyed their TikTok videos coming up under mine because they were all positive. But they're slowly disappearing, and all the negativity ones are popping up underneath my positive videos in the comments, comment videos, and all the perverted ones are starting to pop up. It's making me puke to my stomach totally. Um, that's why I said it is for an ab that is going downhill big time. In general, like, but I personally, the way I see it is, it doesn't. I'm the type of person, I don't care who owns the ab. Um, I was enjoying it. I didn't care if China owned it or not. Um, I have to grant, Bite Dancer is running a pretty good ab. I tell you, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was enjoying it. Like, I've been on there for 6 years. I've been on TikTok for 6 years. Um, I've been on there since it started. Since 2014. Since it came across the internet. But like I said, guys, over time, if you guys keep abusing these social medias and posting garbage on here, eventually what's going to happen, or posting like the BLM protests on here and that kind of stuff like that, eventually over time the government's going to kind of view all these social medias, and they start seeing stuff like that, they are going to hack and intercept and say, you know what? They're going to do what they did to TikTok. They're going to say, nope, this is gone. We're banning it. People are abusing it. We're banning it. It's gone. Goodbye. No more. All these other social media platforms could end up like TikTok in the near future. They can get on here. Our prime minister can get on here and say, you know what? We're banning YouTube. We're banning Facebook. We're banning Twitter. We're banning the whole shit show. In general, they can do that. They got the power. They got the money. They can do whatever they want. It's not right, but you know, if they figure that people are not respecting it, and they're not they're not gonna sit there and call people out and say, who's not respecting this or that. They're gonna make someone an excuse to cover it up and say, you know what, we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna ban it. We're gonna shut it all down. Um, you know, there's there's that's probably what they did, was they targeted TikTok first, and I wouldn't be surprised over a time. Yeah, we can all say, oh yeah, we got YouTube and we got Instagram, but yeah, we get too comfortable on YouTube here and Instagram, and the same thing happens to all these other social media platforms. That's about to happen to TikTok. Um, I know the first time we took it as fake news, more or less as just as being an actual threat back in July and August. Um, but now it is back up on the table again down in the States. So whatever the States does to these social medias, us Canadians are actually is affected, because we buy these. Like I said, our country pays into these apps from the States. So anything that the States has access to, and anything they put out, Canada's going to go out on social media. Will go out. So if TikTok goes out in the States, then yes, guys. Sorry, guys. Setting your region to Canada was a dumb idea, because it's going to go out here too as well. Because anything that channels to, no matter where it comes from, channels to the States, everything channels to Canada here. It's just like satellite. It is. We pick up on whatever internet software the States has, it automatically channels out this way. So that's how. So we have. So as long as it's active in the States, we can get it no problem. If the States bans it, or the state says, "Oh, we're going to do away with this internet app, we're going to do away with that internet app," and once it goes out in the States, all of a sudden it disappears here too. So, like I said, it is, because anything that Canada picks up on is usually States. Everything is basically any internet program Canada picks up from the States. Generally, we really here in Canada really don't own anything. So, like I said, it is what you call, it's a media circulation. It is almost like a newspaper. It is almost like your news channels. Everything circulates. I'm getting so tired. My phone is acting up again. Let's just see if I can check the date out here. Oh, it's 11:15. It's 12th. So yes. Hopefully, I hope my phone works on. This thing sets a time too as well, so I can save those last TikToks and get them up to Facebook before the TikTok does shut off. If it's going to shut off, I'm not trying to put anybody under panic. Like I said, a lot of people like YouTube, even a lot of people on TikTok or Bigo only sees you in a live television screen. They don't know people personally, so you really can't bully somebody you don't even know, or judge somebody you don't even know, or dirty name call somebody, or accuse people of doing stuff you don't even know. And like I said, the individual person isn't all right. Ends up being is like me. Ends up being an all right type of person. Then you find out these people are kicking themselves in the ass because they're falsely accusing people. And I had a commenter on my live TikTok and I gave the same lecture, and that individual says, I wrote very in caps rudely, "I don't care." So it shows you right there that they're making false accusations against people they don't even know. So, like I said, it is like like I said it like I said, but like I said, I'm pretty good. I know how to deal with idiots on live streams and comments. I know how to. Uh, I gave him a warning. I gave that TikToker a warning too. By the way, with that comment, and I told him. I don't know if it's a he or if it was a she. I don't know. But anyways, I gave that TikToker a warning is if I'm live on TikTok before TikTok goes out and I get another dirty, rude comment or accusing comment or um, a bullying comment like that, I am going to report that TikToker and I'm going to block that TikToker and I'm going to kick them off, um, which I have every right to do. Um, but at least I'm a soft-hearted type person. I give everybody a fair chance to come to view the live. But if they get out of hand, I at least I just before I even uh, go to kick them out or to block them, at least I have the respect to give them a warning first. And that person never wrote anything back after I gave that warning, but at least I give a heads up warning at least before I act on before I act um, on blocking the person and that kind of stuff like that. So the person was smart enough not to say anything back, so that was pretty good. Um, so yeah, so I didn't. I could have blocked. I came close to blocking the person, but if I really wanted to, I could have blocked. I could have had the power to block them. Um, indefinitely. Um, for their bullying and rude comments and mouthy comments, and their dirty name calling and that kind of stuff like that. Um, targeting somebody they don't even know that they only see on a TV screen. I tell you, um, until you actually know the person personally, shut your mouth. Don't accuse people because it's considered false accusations and slander if you really look at it. Um, because if the person that you're accusing ends up not being like that, um, then your ass is in a lot of hot water automatically. And I would not want to be in your shoes, and definitely I will not attend to your funeral. Indefinitely. um, so basically, there's a word of encouragement there for you guys. Watch what you say. I know people you don't even know. You never met. I know for a long time, Beagle at first was the same way, but people just excuse me, the admins got in there and they set certain people straight. I'll tell you, because that's what the job is to make sure the ab is basically kept safe. Everything else, people on there are kept safe. Now, another thing with Beagle, if you, for an example, video live stream what was been going on with COVID-19 or the BLM protests that's been going on around the world. If you video live stream that on Beagle, Beagle itself will suspend your account automatically. They will shut you off. They are that strict. TikTok's not that strict. Neither is YouTube or Facebook, but Beagle is strict. Beagle Beagle is monitored 24/7. If anything happens to TikTok, I'll go back. I'm gonna go back to Beagle Live. But like I said, I always had a heady time. Good old time with Beagle. Cool time with Beagle itself. But But yeah, because they're out of Singapore, Beagle is, I hate to tell you guys, is very, 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 very strict. They don't put up with any hanky panky. It's not like TikTok. So and a lot of the people that are on TikTok will be too young for Beagle, indefinitely, um, because Beagle is strictly 18 plus, and you have to be 18 to apply for a Beagle account. If you're under 18, Beagle will not approve your application. Beagle is that strict. Um, but but again, it's another addict that I have to operate from my phone. But like I said, it's kind of stuff right now. But I have to put on the charger. I don't know. Probably somehow I locked it. Maybe I might have locked it. I don't know. Possibly I locked it. It wouldn't be the first time I locked it, but yeah. Um, I just wanted to do to give you guys this kind of bit of a lecture in a polite way, in a positive way, not in a very bad or negativity way, um, or yelling or calling people out like I hear a lot of people do. So that way you guys are getting to know me, that kind of stuff like that. Um, but yeah, you know. Yes, I do. Like I said, like I said, with all my accounts are real accounts, guys. Due to the fact that because for safety reasons, I used to be because of the fact that I used to be in the Orange Lodge, Masonic Lodge. For safety reasons, I do not register my profiles by my real name, guys. There's a reason for it. Um, it is security protection on me due to the fact that I did resign from a Masonic order to keep myself safe. It is not it's not what you call um, uh, I'm not hiding from any law official or nothing like that. I don't want you guys to worry about that. I'm not in trouble with the law or nothing like that. It is a security purpose to the fact because my family for years have been involved with the Freemasons, uh, from generations to generations, and there's a thing called the generational curse that my grandfather, when he was alive or whatever, he was into all that, and he put my family didn't realize how much danger uh, that he could have put my family into, um, which is affecting his grandkids, which is us. I'm one of his grandkids or whatever. He didn't think that would be affected by it, especially that I even since I was a little kid, I was in the Orange Order. Grew up in the Orange Order. Even though they were nice enough to let me go when I resigned, when I was old enough to resign, and that they let me down easily. They could have harmed me or violently could have attacked me or whatever, could have done anything to me. Um, but not saying that the fact that the paparazzi end of it, um, basically it could be I could be at risk at. I'm not wishing it. I just have to be careful. So this is why, guys. Um, I'm not using when I go on my accounts. There's a reason why I identify as a female. Um, that's the reason why. Um, but like I said, even even if I was even that the fact that even too that when I was born, I also too I can share. I'm going to share this. Even when I was born, I was not happy with the way my assigned gender that I am when I was born. Um, being a male, so yes, over time I can honestly say that yes, I can see myself transitioning. But we're not going to go there because that gets into. I don't want to get into. I don't want to breach any confidentiality about myself or whatever. Um, but um, but yeah, but if I do, It isn't. It is. I'm not doing it to be perverted. I'm not doing it. It is more for safety protection than anything. Um, security, more of a security blanket, because of the fact, because of the fact of how much danger, uh, you know, because of the fact that I was involved in too much Masonicism, and that kind of stuff growing up with that. But yeah, but like I said, it is also to like I said, I've been going to also to been experiencing a lot of what you call female emotions too as well inside. More what I mean by more female emotions coming out of me means when I was growing up, I was more raised as a little girl, not a boy. Is the way my mother used to raise me as, and I got used to that. So I never ever considered myself as being a male. I considered myself as always being a female. Um, but yeah, I'm not going to get into too personal on that here. Definitely. Um, so, like I said, if I do go through transitioning or whatever, I've got to, I've got my reasons for it, or I'm coming out to being a transgender, um, that kind of stuff like that. Um, like I said, guys, not all of them are bad people. You know that kind of stuff like that. That everybody wants to judge and wants to point fingers at, especially religious people. They just don't understand the time, the what you call the times. They don't understand the medical time change, the medical time science and time change zones of it all. Um, they like to think they know everything and judge stuff that they don't know nothing about. It's it's almost like DNA, human cloning. We're getting to a generation where all that is going. There's going to be people that are going to start identifying themselves as being clones. If you look at for years, they covered up the cloning. I would imagine they've done it for years, but like I said, it's like same with transformation. They medically they've been doing it for years. Doctors have been doing it for years. But we're just in times now where now it's legalized. Where the cloning is pretty soon. You watch, it'll be legalized. Because that is the type of technology we're in today. So if somebody, if they right for years they've covered up, so they've used the term identical twins. Now some are born natural identical twins, uh, naturally, and if there was any cloning activity that went on, human cloning activity that went on that worked, they cover it up by using the terminology of fraternal or what you call identical twins. Um, so again, they've been for years. They've been pretty good at keeping in the closet and hiding stuff. Um, or of our technology, a generation. But I don't want to get too much onto that. I'm not a scientist or anything else like that. I know I was reading up a lot of stuff on Google. I research stuff all the time. I enjoy researching stuff. I'm a history nut, always have been. But you know, but yeah, well, anyways, there goes my character of playing Ernest. Anyways, I do so good at it. But yeah, where I do the facial expressions and that kind of stuff. It'd be really awesome if I could do that here on, for you guys on here on YouTube. But of course, YouTube has limitations. Definitely, which is understandable. Now, like I said, tonight's the only night that I set it to restriction. Normally, I won't. So I'm cleared to do that tonight. But normally I wouldn't do that because due to the new policies, it doesn't really allow it. Just to address this issue, YouTube is making an exception for the restriction for tonight. But yeah, so that way you guys got the heads up, what's going on. Why we're probably seeing TikTok kind of go out the door. Is because too many people, they don't want to really tell you the truth, but they've got too many people abusing it. They've because all you government officials all have. The funny thing is, the people that are banning TikTok, like the American politicians, are banning TikTok from the States, and our Canadian politicians all have, what you guys don't know is they all have TikTok accounts. They're all jumping, dancing around on TikTok like the rest of us. Are doing cosplay theaters, or even the police forces were on there jumping around, dancing around, putting on a song and dance show, doing cosplay, live performance theater, everything else like that. You know, doctors, lawyers, all that. All them people are all on TikTok. But yeah. But it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't know if this is just a rumor again. I don't know if this is just going around, or another trend going around, or it's the same BS that went on in July and August, and then boom, guess what? Like the 10th of July happened. Guess what? Nothing happened. TikTok was still there. Or if this case, if the states are following through with the threat with TikTok, then there's nothing we can do about it. So far, we tried to save it. I tried helping people out by creating new audio, by having faith, and by creating some new audio for people. So every time you keep adding audio, TikTok would get more powerful. But people are just in so much of a panic. They're too busy focusing on the negativity. They're not seeing the positivity that people like me that are trying to feed them. They're too busy not listening. They're panicking. They're just on there to keep fighting with people. They're turning out they're turning to the dark side too quickly. They're pushing away the light. Especially when people have been trying to create new audio for TikTok, so we don't lose TikTok. Especially when it's being threatened, because the stronger that you create, every time you create new audio and it circulates through TikTok, whoever the people that own TikTok, that new audio is where they pick up on, and that new audio is where they make the money from, to keep it going, and it grows. But apparently people are just letting it die. People are letting it fall. They're not They're not keeping strong on there to keep it going, or fight to keep it going. They're more worried about nothing, and they're panicking over nothing, to the point that they're watching a bunch of billion positive people on there, and children and also children that really love that app and everything else like that, because that is the only safe place on the internet they can go on and share their talents, and play the piano if they play the piano, play the guitar if they play the guitar, do cosplay, live performance theater, that kind of stuff, like same with the adults, and that kind of stuff like that. But it is being disrespected. People are being criticized about their weight, their height, the way they look, the color of their skin, everything. It is getting bad on there. Um, you know, uh, Based on people are being criticized based on orientation. We're not going to go any further than that. On basically who they are, what they are, the why the way they are. You know, or because of like I've heard people say because of their what you call their their or how they identify themselves. Um, and people being misgendered on there, that kind of thing. Um, so basically the way to put it is that if the police officers get on there and say that they're pigs and call themselves as pigs or identify themselves as being pigs, then they're pigs. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't. That's just next. I'm not trying to insult any. I'm not trying to insult them. That is actually an example. Um, so the same thing is if males start identifying as females, then they're females. Um, ten to one they have chosen female names, and their old name is considered a dead name. Their birth given name is considered a dead name. Automatically. Um, you respect that, or somebody comes out like myself to being um, don't doesn't wish to consider themselves being a male, but consider themselves to be a female, or considers themselves to be a trans, then that's what we are. Um, or going to be in the future, anyways. Um, but like I said, that is what you respect. That's what they're all saying. That is what you respect. Um, if for security purposes, like also to another reason why, kind of explained, I like I was saying, I don't consider myself to be a male, never did since I was growing up. I was always raised to be a female because that's the way I was raised, and the way my mom raised me to be. Just like there is women that have been raised as boys, but we believe that we're basically in we're born we're not happy with the way we were born or whatever. Um, the gender we were assigned to, but like at birth, but and we're in a time of decades we want to change that. We can change that. That's all right. Um, people can't violate that. But I'm not going to get too much into that. But that's just an example, guys. So in those pronouns, there's what I'm looking for. Those which you need to respect, and also to the other good part of it, like I said, because also too for security and safety protection. To the fact because my family was heavily involved in Masonicism as well. It is also a security shield for me. Of protection, also too because the fact that there's a possibility of paparazzi. Um, uh, could be I could be like my family could be at risk of and be in danger of. Not my dad's side of the family. That side's fine, not an issue. It's more because like I never met my dad. Well, off and on I did, but he, like I said, he hasn't been around since I've been 3 years of age. But that's all right. He's got his excuses and stories and reasons, and I have to respect that. But I kind of just leave him alone. I don't bother him. He don't bother me that much. that kind of thing. If he wants to come around, he can. He doesn't have to. I'm not expecting it, anyways. But like I said, for years I've done my own thing. I've supported myself. I've done a good job of it, anyways, up till now. Like I've struggled. I'm not saying I never didn't struggle in my childhood or in life. I made it through. I was born in the '80s, made it through the '90s, survived the '90s, survived so far up to now. I tell you, I'm almost I'm almost knocking on 40 years old. I tell you, next month. This is what I said. So it is, and I'm still looking this good, this young and good. Not a single wrinkle in the face. I got a face of a 9-year-old. No gray hair. I tell you, trapped in the mind of a 10 to 11-year-old. I can't help that. Like I said, that is my disability, but I've been diagnosed with various disabilities like HADD, CMHA. And that's as far as I go. They tried diagnosing me as being a schizophrenic, but I was just on the borderline. I wasn't fully diagnosed as schizophrenia. I was not far from it, though. Not far from it. Might as well add to the package. More pills to bump down my throat. I tell you. But yeah. But no, like I said, but that doesn't make anybody a bad person. That doesn't. Those are just negative, guys. Those are what they call negative titles that the world sticks on you. It doesn't really mean nothing. It doesn't, like I said, doesn't matter what they are. Women are women, no matter what. Men are men, no matter what they used to be. Or whatever they choose to be. Like I said, it is so it doesn't matter if a man goes from being a man to a woman or a woman. The negative titles like the T word, eventually in the next few years, it's gonna be like the People's First Movement. You're gonna see those negative titles disappear. It is the word, the actual TR word is not going to exist, because we're going to come into a generation that it is all going to be they're going to be equally be or to be addressed as a woman, or if it was a woman that went from being a woman to a man, they're being addressed as being a man. There'll be no more such word using the TRAN word. It will not be in our vocabulary. It won't be in any of our dictionaries. It'll be all stripped out of there. It is strictly going to be. It is going to be equally. All equal rights type thing. It'll be like even if you look at People's First movement with people with disabilities, the word being the actual word that they use of calling somebody disabled, that word disabled is going to disappear. The word handicap is going to disappear. The R word is supposed to have disappeared as of 5 years ago, but I still hear it floating around out in the world. But definitely that is also another negative word is going to disappear. So they're going to be identified as being a person, no matter what they are, or or what struggles they have or whatever. These negative titles are going to go down the toilet. They're not going to exist. They're going to all be equally all equally identified as a human being, as a person, which they all are human. We all are human beings. Probably probably in the next 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if we all become clones or robots. I'll tell you. But still, it's still some type of human life form, either machinery life form or human life form, another kind of humanity life form, or if you're looking at the evolutional end of it, or even before they dropped the word or what you call transforming type generation. And not my fault that there's not going to be no natural men left. You can't help that. It is a time. What it is it's times. I wasn't sorry. I was not trying to crack a joke on that one. I was taking that one a little seriously. But like I said, it states, it is written that these times are going to come. These times are going to come. If there is going to be, if there is going to be a new order of men and women, it'll be new order of men and women. No matter if the new order of men and women, if the man used to be a woman and transform is medically transformed to a man, or if a man's transformed to a woman, there's still men and women. Um, like I said, it is like I said, it's the politest way I can put it. So it's not offensive or whatever. And you're gonna find the actual T word itself. The TRAN word is going to be dropped. It's going to disappear, because everybody's going to be treated equally as human beings, as we are. We're all human. Probably by the year 2013, there'll probably be more robots around us, and anyways, or some type of human cloning going on, or whatever, legalization. Oh, I'm not putting any ideas in Trudeau's head. Definitely, but it is stuff that for generations that even the evolution of science has always talked about. Even if people that go to church now, I don't go to church anymore because I tell you, I got kicked out of enough churches. Because I respect people for being different, and they didn't like that. So they adiosed me out the door and said, bye bye. And also too, because I dyed my hair green. Wow, whippy. They didn't like it. But yeah. I just wanted to put that word, kind of a bit of a word of encouragement for you guys there, and that so on how basically so people that don't have an understanding on how and why the world is changing. It's always changing. Scientifically, it is always changing. It never fails. The world is always turning. It goes around in circles. Don't be idiots like Christopher Columbus and thinking the world is flat, like a chessboard that you could kind of just sail right across and fall off the end. No, that ain't going to happen, because what's going to happen is you're all going to be going around in circles like a goldfish in a fish tank, and you'll end up back at the beginning and forgetting where you left off. So the world is round, not flat. It's a ball, so it is like one big basketball that goes around in a circle. So you can't win. It's like hitting a brick wall. I know. I should have been a science. I should have became. I should have stayed. I should have went further through school and became a science teacher. But no, I know so much about evolution of science. I paid attention in science class when I was a kid. I'll tell you. I'm not proud of it. But yeah. Like I said, I've got a little bit of again for my type of disability diagnosis of being a slow learner. Like I said, like at least there's some things that now with the internet that I could study and research, and you know by watching Ancient Aliens or science documentaries. I'm learning a lot that I should not be learning. I tell you, we're picking up on a lot, and definitely a lot of cool teachings on that one. But off this topic, I just wanted to give you guys I wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on, basically what's going on with TikTok, that kind of stuff like that, guys. But yeah, there could be a lot of, like I said, there could be a lot of things that's being covered up, and I think because some of the things the government themselves have been seeing on there with people, what was going on or hearing what was going on, the same stuff that I'm hearing is going on. I didn't see anything go on as far as anything or people doing stuff to themselves, but I'm so glad I did not see that. My For You page went out. Got shadow panned at that part. I was grateful for that. So I'm glad I missed. That did come across my For You page. I'll tell you. I heard about it though after my For You page came back through and people were doing their talking videos on it, and then that's all when I heard what they were publicly speaking out about. I was I kind of hearing all this stuff on there, and probably like the government people probably were seeing stuff on there they should not be seeing, and that's probably what caused the ban to think quicker. Or they probably would have left it alone. They would have not bothered with it. But yeah, so I don't want to get into any detail on stuff, undue respect and that kind of stuff like that. But again, I just wanted to say, anyways, to the TikTokers that were good to me on there. Thank you so much for putting up with me for 6 years, even if we do lose TikTok in a couple days. Thank you for following my shows, liking them. Thank you those that did like them, but fortunately did not listen about like spamming. That went liking happy. Went like happy. But I don't know. I'll probably get this back up to its surface. Like I said, I did what I can up with the Ernest character and that kind of stuff. Role play, reenactment of it for TikTok at least, because I know TikTok was a good place still that was allowing it. Hopefully, YouTube will allow us to continue on what we were doing on TikTok, but on YouTube. To a point. Now with cosplay theater or music end of things, I think we may be hitting a copyright issue, and definitely with YouTube, we do definitely have to be careful. Definitely, I can understand that part of it because I've been on YouTube for years, way longer than I was TikTok, same with Facebook. But yeah, so if you guys remember me, any of my fellow TikTokers that are on here, feel free to jump on in, and that kind of stuff like that. I hope you guys are enjoying these sessions. I will run more sessions on here, guys. They're probably all different. Yes, do like I said on TikTok. Please, please bear with me. I do have a speech impediment. Like I said, growing up, I had some injuries and that kind of stuff too in my childhood or whatever, and that kind of stuff like that. I had a rough childhood and everything else like that. So yes, I've lost a lot of memory too as well. Nothing bad, just long term memory. It flashes on and flashes off. in my mind. One side of it, anyways. Most of it is all short term memory. But I'm not. I get more comfortable. But like I said, it is a lot of my long term memories slowly starting to come back. Painful, but starting to slowly come back. Um, but yeah. Um, so it's good because, like I said, it is a healing process. So what's happening too is that's probably why my speech impediment is getting bad again, or I'm starting to stutter. Um, and also too, there was a lot of TikTokers getting on there. Like I didn't tell, like I said, with the other TikTokers getting on there. Um, you know, I you know I didn't care if any of the audios was making fun of people stuttering. It's not always a good thing, no, because there's people on there that would take offense to that. Or be quick enough to write you back or do a video and call you out. I'm not like that. Um, I'm not going to put people on the spot like that. I'm not going to call out TikTok accounts, that kind of stuff like that. I'm not going to kind of get on there and start a whining fit to get attention or whatever. Or to pull everybody away from their actual music videos, or pull people away from their comedy videos, and take up their time. So negativity can spread, and it opens a door to make people's problems worse. That kind of stuff like that. I don't believe in doing that. I know it is good you stopped and helped them out. Supported them. That's pretty good. Like I said, I'm not a bully or nothing like that. But yet, a lot of people do also have to understand you can only put your own social media life on hold for so long for those people. Um, and if you figure you've count them out, and then there's people that continue to spread videos and videos and videos and videos and make that person's problems worse, it doesn't help them any. um, it is, like I said before, it is just it's just building up on the problems. It just makes it worse. um, After a while, you gotta tend back to your own personal life, and your own personal families, and your own, back to your social media lives or whatever. Or your jobs, if it considers on social medias. Now there was a lady on there. She's in the Navy. Um, she doesn't have time to jump. Um, like I said, she doesn't have time to jump to duet another social media. She'll probably only do it once or twice. Um, if somebody is identifying it, having an issue or a problem, yeah, she'll probably stop and and help support that video once or twice. But then after a while, she'll stop. She'll consider, okay, I did my job. I've helped the person. I did what I could to help the person out. I'm not going to jeopardize the rest of my social media life to always be jumping to people's attention. Um, if they actually are having a real issue, or if they're just doing it to gain attention. You got to watch for that too as well. I'm not saying that in a bad way, or in a negative way. I'm putting that in a polite, positive way. Um, you know, uh, because there's just some people that do cry rough, and they make stuff up. And definitely, you got to be careful of that. Or they're quick to make up false accusations or whatever, and make things sound like the real, when they're not really, when there's really nothing going on. Um, and really that their main real problem is in your own home, amongst your own family. Um, you know, that's why I say, guys, do be careful when you're supporting those kind of videos. I'm not saying not to avoid those videos. I'm not saying don't duet those videos. You can duet those videos, just don't download them and share them around social media. Is what I'm saying, because it makes that person's problem. It'll create more of a problem for that person. Um, and you don't realize the damage you're really doing. So like I said, guys, it is like keep that under respect too, and that kind of stuff like that too as well. That's I'm not gonna sit here and say I have a beef. I guess I did my duty for tonight. Shared my again, not a matter of opinion. Just basically giving you some. I'm just giving you some advice. Like I said, I used to run my own club. Also, too, I used to run the Kiwanis Action Club, and I kind of stuff like that. So, I know at times what people. Sometimes there is just that. Sometimes I know there's sometimes some issues can be tricky and can rope you into something that you really don't need to be in the middle of if you don't have to be. That kind of thing. That way, because you don't know the difference if something's really happening to that person, or if they're just crying woof because they want attention, and that kind of thing like that, or um, or if they're just making false accusations or whatever. You really don't know the real story, especially if you don't really know the person, especially if you don't know them personally. What they're really going through. Now some of them, if they mention anything in their video about being banned, it's not individual TikTokers. It's not other TikTokers that are banning them. It is the American government that's banning the whole entire app. They could be just upset because of the app going. They could be, just upset because they're starting to sense an understanding that the app is being threatened by the American government or by our Canadian government authorities, and they're so been on there long enough. They're so comfortable with the app or whatever, and they don't want to lose the app because they're having so much fun on it. That might be all they're crying about. Because in the long run, if you look at the real bullies end of it, it's our government. Really, we look at it. I'm not saying if there was any TikTokers on there that are bullying people. I know there is troll TikTokers on there that love to bully people. That's why I say you got to be careful that they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, Beagle. That's why I always say be careful that I'm just grateful I'm none of those type of people. But yeah, or they could be just upset because TikTok is closing up. Because they're seeing videos of the president of the United States getting on there threatening TikTok, and a lot of people that have a disability or have physical disability, or if they're adults with Down syndrome or whatever, they hear something like that, they get upset a lot easier because they're so attached to the app. They love the app so much, like the rest of us do, and it's more heartbreaking to them because they probably that's the only thing that they love doing. Because it's got the music to it. They're used to singing and dancing to the favorite artist. Sharing their talents on there, and really, if they hear the United States government get on there and say, "Oh yeah, we're shutting this app down" or whatever, that's probably all they're getting upset about. And that so the first thing that comes to their mind, they may think that they're losing everything, but really they're not losing anything. They're just so used to being on the app or whatever. Those are things you guys got to be careful of. They could be taking things a lot serious than we would. We take things seriously too. but when they start seeing videos, like, I mean, they can't help seeing videos of like Trump getting on there and saying, "Oh, we're banning TikTok," and that's probably what's upsetting these disabled people. More so, they take it more to heart than anything, because the U.S. government's getting on there saying cruel stuff in front of disabled adults that mind function of 10 to 11 to 12-year old would, and they're breaking down in tears a lot quicker because the real bully the real main big bullies are people like Trump getting on there and saying, "Oh, we're banning this, we're banning that." They probably got the same comment video that I got underneath one of my videos. Trump getting on there and saying, "Oh, TikTok's being banned." And that's probably what's upsetting them, more so. And they don't understand what's going on. It is they're so used to being on there, and all of a sudden things are changing. Um, that's probably what it could be. It could be mainly be over. But also too, yes, I know there is. I know when I first started TikTok, there was trolls and bullies on there trying to pull that with me too. But I didn't make a video. I'm just the type of person. I didn't do a video to call them out, or you didn't see me going live on a video on, making a big issue out of it. I just ignore it, because that's what I was taught is to ignore troublemakers generally, and it makes you a stronger, better person than anything. And I've come along myself from when I was a little kid, growing up in reality. I kind of made me a stronger person. I was taught how to tune people out, how to deal with people, in generally. Now I can understand there's some people they may not know how to deal with situations, as probably were never taught on how to deal with the situations and that kind of stuff like that as they arise. I've gone through self advocate groups like People's First, where I was taught how to deal with situations, or deal with the trolls in my way, and definitely to make myself a stronger person, and how to actually ignore the idiots. Generally, that's the best thing you can ever do, and that's what makes you stronger. Because after a while, when they know you're not, after a while, if they know that you're not going to mess with them back, they won't bother you. They'll stop. They will. Then over time, they will stop bothering you. Because you're no longer interest to them. You're garbage. They won't want nothing to do with you because you're too strong. You're too tough. You're too stronger and you're too tougher than they are. And they don't like it. They are offended. They get very easily offended and insulted. Totally insulted. They don't like being shown. They don't like being treated with their own medicine that they're dishing out. That's what the problem is. I was always told that when I was a kid. They don't like it when you ignore them. But when you pay attention to them, oh, they love the attention. Trolls love the attention. They're a type of people. They love that attention. That's what they feed off, that energy. And if they know that you're going to fight back with them, that's what they want. That's what they want. If you don't fight back with them, you don't call them out in a video. You don't make a soap opera out of it. Then after a while, you just kind of let stuff. It is those type of people won't bother you. I know I was taught that growing up because I had the same problem. But we didn't have internet, so we didn't have social media. Um, so we didn't have that kind of opportunity. But I was always taught not to go out my door and out into the neighborhood, start yapping my mouth off, because that's what the neighborhood bullies wait for. Um, to see if you can provoke or instigate them back. You ignore it. Definitely, you ignore it. You let them act like idiots in public, and you let them get the handcuffs slapped on them, because eventually they get caught. I'll tell you, they don't like it. When you start ignoring them and you don't pay any attention to them, you know they won't want nothing to do with you. I know I was taught that when I was a kid. When my mother was alive, she always taught me that. But I don't know why she taught me that, because 9/10 of my problems that I had when I was growing up as a kid with bullies was her. Because she would provoke and instigate them. She every time she go out the door, she'd be mouthing off at their parents, or she'd be mouthing off at them. Um, and here I was, a quiet little kid, didn't say anything, kept to myself, walking down the street, walking through the neighborhood, and then boom, all of a sudden I'm getting pounded on for no reason. Getting ambushed, because my mother had a big freaking mouth. She was the one that was doing all the provoking and instigating, not me. I always got blamed for it all. But no, no, it was always her. She was always the one that had to provoke and instigate them, and tick off the parents. Uh, you know, um, like we had jointed townhouses, and they used to gather in big gangs way before social distancing even started. We didn't have that then. Um, they would be all, be sitting on my front porch or whatever like that. I didn't mind it. I didn't go out there and yap my mouth off and say, get off my porch. But no, my mother had to have the upper mouth. She had to have the Donald Trump mouth, and she went out there and said, "Get the fuck off! Sorry, get the heck off my doorstep." Um, you can't sit here. Goodbye. Um, she used to tick them off. She used to instigate them. She used to tell them where they could sit and where they couldn't sit, and then they got so ticked off. And when I walked out my door for no reason, just because of what my mom said to them, or used to instigate them, I get pounded on for no reason. I get a bunch of big, tall, fat boys pounding the heck out of me for no reason. When I was a kid, I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? I didn't say anything, to nobody. I was just a quiet person, kept to myself, everything like I'm supposed to. Walked in and out to my Boy Scout sessions, my cadet sessions, I tell you. But every time I walk out my door, I get pounded on, just because my mother used to have the upper Donald Trump mouth, and she had to mouth off at everybody in the neighborhood. That was the way my mother was. So I'd have to put it in kind of those kind of terms, or put them into that kind of, use that kind of an example. Um, but yeah, I'm the one who suffered my whole entire life because of her yipper yapper. Um, but like I said, no matter what, she was still my mother, and I was kind of shamed and sad to hear when I heard that she passed on in 2017. I didn't even know she had Huntington's disease. I didn't even know what the heck that was. I'm like, what? What happened? I didn't even know what it was. I thought maybe it was just a flu virus she picked up from a farmer's field or something. But no, it was an actual thing like Parkinson's or worse or whatever. Um, but but yeah, like like I said, it's kind of weird. Um, as much as I don't like going on my life story, um, but yeah. So like I said, guys, do be careful. Like I said, now we got because now there's a big thing called social media or whatever. Um, do not cause a big trend over stuff like that. Like the moment somebody gets on and an issue or a crisis rise or whatever, and they don't know any better, and they put it into what you call a live video on social media. That's not your video to go and download and share. Um, or upload to your TikTok profile or your Facebook profile and pass it around. That is confidential information. Um, I grew up in a generation. I was always taught if you did that, that is kind of a form of also to on not just one, it's causing the person's problems even more. Um, and it doesn't help the issue any. And the other reason is it's fairly highly illegal. Um, I know what it is here in Canada and the U.S. For sure. It's also considered a form of proper. You don't understand it. It is actually a form of proper tongue tied paparazziism, and paparazziism in Canada and the U.S. is illegal act. It is criminal. It can cause criminal persecution, um, big time. This what I'm saying. That's why I say, guys, be careful. Like I said, you guys come across like videos, even if it is a Down syndrome adult or whatever with Down syndrome, and they're putting on that something's bothering them or they're crying in a live video. That's not your video. Start sharing around. Um, or post on, upload to TikTok and start passing and trending it around, or any crisis like that, because you don't know what's going on in that person's life or what's going on, and what's ever going on or whatever is probably very highly confidential, or it is you're just making the problems worse, or you're associating with the problem, um, and not realizing it. Um, because you don't know how bad the situation really is. If it has to do within their own home, or or if they are having a problem on social media or whatever, or if it is just an issue where they heard Trump get on there and say they were banning TikTok generally, and it's upsetting them. Um, you don't know what the issue is. You don't know the person, unless you actually know the person personally. Still, it's not a good idea to share their videos around or trend their videos around. Um, that's all I can say for safety and security purposes. Um, and that kind of thing, like that stuff is all what you call based on confidentiality. And in Canada here, we have a code of confidentiality by law, and they probably do in the states. But only thing with the states is they've got the what you call the Declaration of Fifth Amendment thing going on or whatever. Canada here's we're lucky. We're not lucky enough to have that as Canadians. Be nice if we did, definitely. But yeah, we don't have that here. For our law and justice system here, I tell you. Um, because technically our prisons will be totally empty then. Well, yeah, it would be a good thing, but no, also would be a bad thing too. Um, well, definitely, because every serial killer in Canada would be using it. I tell you, I'm just grateful. I was raised to be a good little. When I was growing up, I was raised to behave myself. Like I said, I've never broke the law or nothing like that in my life. I knew enough to stay out of drugs. I knew enough to stay away from that kind of activity or people like that. Um, you know, I always grew up as what you call a goody two shoe, um, type thing, Mr. Perfect, um, or Mrs. Perfect now, kind of thing like that. But you know, um, I really don't like the pronoun of being Mister, or even the pronoun of even you know being born the gender I was born as, that kind of stuff like that. But I can kind of call myself a Mrs. than anything. Um, that's what my pronoun would be. But anyhow, I'm not, like I said, but just using that kind of putting that down as kind of a what you call kind of an encouragement there for you guys. But yeah, so I just hope I'm reaching out to people. in generally, because I know all TikTokers, they all have YouTube. Probably all sitting there and say, yeah, we listen to this donut brain again. Um, but yeah, if I get my phone working, I'd probably, before it goes out, I'll go live on TikTok. I know I didn't get there today because, trying. I just wanted to get the earnest session, the role cosplay theater performing sessions of Ernest done and that kind of stuff like that for TikTok. I don't think we'll be allowed to do that here on YouTube because of YouTube policies and that kind of stuff is way different than TikTok. I don't know. I've never tried it really. I don't think it will work as good on here as like it does with TikTok because TikTok has the better sound quality than what YouTube has. You probably on YouTube, you'll actually hear me whispering more. It'll ruin it. It sounds better on TikTok than it does on here. I'll tell you. It won't sound the same. Totally. Won't sound the same. So if you guys have any questions about any of the sessions, feel free to oh shoot. There goes my stand. Feel free to jot them down, guys, in the comment section. I notice nobody follows me in the comment sections on YouTube. They all comment on TikTok. A few people comment on Facebook. Man, you should all comments. I cannot Beagle. And I tell you, I have fun with Beagle, guys. When I'm on Beagle Live, I have fun with Beagle because I have, no matter what you guys rudely say to me, I've got admins that are going to boot you off. Totally. They're going to adios you right off my live. I'll tell you. That's what I love about Beagle. I've got actual admins that will boot you off. I'll tell you. It's not me to boot you out. I've got an admin in British Columbia. She will boot you out. Her and her daughter will boot you right out. And her boyfriend in Australia will boot you right off. I'll tell you. They know when I go live on Beagle. They've got to know me on there, and they're really nice people. But I'll tell you, if you say any rude comments to me on the wrong way on there, I'll tell you, dirty name calling. You know what? They're gonna buy Felicia in 2 minutes. They're gonna go. You're gonna go adios, amigo. You're gone. Just like a flash of lightning. You don't even see yourself go. I'll tell you. Boom. Hey, bada boom, bada bang. You're blocked. I'll tell you. My admins will block you very quickly on Beagle. I'll tell you. They don't mess around. Fortunately, on TikTok, I didn't have admins. So if I wanted to kick people, I have to do it myself. But on Beagle, it's not me that does all the kicking out or the bifurcating. It's my admins that actually do it. I'll tell you. And one's in a different province here in Canada, and the other one is in Sydney, Australia. So have fun. So watch. So generally, if you guys if anybody follows me on Beagle, when I'm live on Beagle, any inappropriate comments towards me, be advised, be pre-warned. You're gonna go bye-bye. You're gonna be flushed right down the. You're gonna be flushed right down the shitter. You're gonna be flushed right down the John, down the toilet day. Very quickly. Totally. It doesn't take long. It's like a flashlight. Boom, and you're gone. You're gone, girlfriend. Totally. But yeah. So that's the difference how that all works. So definitely. It's all the different platforms. I'm just waiting to see what happens with TikTok. If we do lose TikTok on the 15th, I know, and definitely if it goes in the States, we won't be able to channel or access it here. It'll go out here as well. So you idiots that kind of say, hey, yeah, set your devices, the ones that live in the States, set your devices to Canada so we can keep TikTok. Yeah, TikTok goes out in the States. Guess what? Merry Christmas. It's going to go out here too as well. Because anything that channels from China to the States channels to Canada. We don't own really any software or whatever here either. Um, we pick up whatever channels to the States, and so whatever goes out in the States goes out here. Um, just grass ain't greener on the other side. So anybody that's set it was dumb enough to set your region to Canada, you're out of luck. So both ways, TikTok's gonna go under. If it does go under, um, it's gonna go out. So you guys are gonna be kicking yourself in the tush. Um, technically, you're setting your computer device to a new region would have been a waste of time. Won't help any. To our region. And it kind of stuff like that. But yes, for those Americans that did hang our Canadian flag down there, thank you so much. And generally, even though that it might be highly illegal in the states there in your constitution, maybe not. I don't know. I've never checked on that. Uh, I know it's not illegal here in Canada to patronize the American flag, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I can't remember what's in our House of Commons constitutions. Some say it is actually. Some of our Canadian veterans actually says it is illegal because we're not American. We don't have that right to patronize the American flag. Apparently, only one time. I guess only one time a year or whatever when it comes to this September tragedy memorial. But other than that, I don't know what's actually in our constitutions. I know in the British constitutions, when I was in the Orange Lodge, by growing up on that, it did say in going to into the Royal Orange Order, it is illegal to patronize another country's flag in the country of Canada. Um, and that's in the British Constitution. Only other country, unless it's declared under the United Kingdom, which is the British flag. The British flag is the only flag that's allowed to be patronized in Canada here along the side of our Canadian flag, because the Union Jack, the British flag, was the first Canadian flag ever flown. Um, no, it was the second. Sorry, it was the second. According to history, it was the second. The first one was the German Nazi flag. Now that was declared illegal when the British flag came to order, according to history. During during the war times or whatever, World War II, or during the times of the British and German Nazi invasion. Um, that kind of stuff with that went all the way through France and that kind of stuff like that, and then went through China and Japanese and into the Vietnam War. Um, don't want to get on too hooked on that on our Canadian history. So when as our country colors changed or whatever it is the German flag was actually the Nazi flag was actually was declared illegal for patronization. But it always stayed in our constitution for some reason, and it never left the books. Because over decades and times, new laws were always passed, and then when we entered into a time when we entered into an era of freedom, declared as being a free country, we ended up going under the red and white with the maple leaf. Um, so, like I said, it is. We've got a lot of yes, we've got a lot of history behind us. But like I said, guys, for a young country, yes, we got a lot of history behind us. We're actually younger than Canada's a lot younger than the United States. The United States is one of the oldest countries ever. Um, believe it or not. this is what I said. We're kind of Canada's kind of the second oldest. We're basically, compared to the states, we're considered as a baby country. For some reason, because we're a little we're a couple of years maybe off by so many years younger than what the states would be. Because the United States is got to be one of the oldest countries ever. Um, that kind of stuff like that. So, but nowadays we're kind of equal. I don't want to get into too much of the history of it. A lot of it, you know. But yeah. But yeah, I guess. But yeah, that is. I can't say I've got it. But I can't. I can't say I kind of can't say if I got any beefs on here. I can't say if I. I'm not gonna say I got any beefs on here and that kind of stuff. Like that. And that just an update with what's going on with TikTok. And I guess in another way, even if TikTok, I know it's sad to see it go if it does go, but at least it'll shut that vegan lady up. Trying to force everybody to go vegan. I know a lot of Christians myself. I grew up as a Christian. Majority of us are not vegans. Uh, we eat whatever we want to eat. More or less, I'm not saying there's not ones out there that are not, that there's not ones out there that may actually be vegan, but you know, that's their own personal choice, and really nobody else's business. Really, like if you really look at it, but but when no growing up, I grew up. I was raised, like I said, um, as a Protestant, Southern Baptist Protestant, for Southern Baptist Protestant, but like I said, I'm not vegan, wouldn't want to be, but it doesn't mean because somebody's not vegan, that it's not us because what we're not vegan that we're killing animals. No, it's our own farmers that do it because it's a business. They raise money, and 10 to 1. What the trick behind is you don't see is um, the meat that ends up in your grocery stores from the farm. The cattle is fine. It's not the cattle or the real pig you think is being chopped up. No, it is a form of meat, but it is technically what you don't understand. What a lot of people don't really think it is cattle actually being chopped. Now, in some cases, yes, it could be, if they die of natural causes, and let's say if the cattle or whatever was healthy enough. But nowadays they don't go around butchering them anymore that they used to. They wait till they die naturally, and if they didn't die of any disease or whatever, and the meat's fine, then yes, it is. Then yes, after they're dead, they chop them up, not while they're alive. Um, that's what these vegan people have got a mind of a goldfish. It's no different than fishing fish out of the lake and eating them. It's still some type of an animal, but yeah, but there is YouTube studies on how our grocery stores, where does the really meat come from. It's if the cattle is living well and the cattle's not being butchered or chopped up for meat, where really is the meat coming from? um, is a mystery, because it's not animal meat. It's not animal meat like they make you think it is. It is some other type of meat from another source, and nobody knows where it's coming from. And the cattle is fine, living healthy, and walking around the farmyards. Um, so it is meat, but it is, your pork chops. could be coming from a different source. It may not even be coming from an animal. Um, some people believe. I don't want to get on this topic or whatever. Some people believe that some people, when they pass on, again, if their body, if they passed on of old age or natural causes or whatever, they wait till after they passed on. They believe it's not animal meat. They actually believe it's human meat. That's going in our markets. That if they didn't, if it is a type of person that they didn't do a funeral for or whatever, um, if they're donated for science, which is food, the food industry or whatever, because some people do choose that in their will. Um, I don't know why they must be sick when they were alive, but or some don't choose that. They just choose to be cremated, or they choose to be buried. But there are ones that choose in their will if they want their body donated for food. You can choose that. It's in the options. It's not illegal. After they're dead, after if they put it in their will, it's a legal will. Um, they could choose whatever they want done with their disposal of their body, um, in their own will. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that's a possibility that they believe that where our meats are really coming from, that we're really eating. Doesn't mean it's not healthy, man. It's good. I'll tell you. Pass me more. Feed me more. I'll tell you. No. So yeah, some people believe we're automatically. Some people believe we're immune to cannibalism and not know it. But you wouldn't know it. You don't know that. And that really, you look at again, if you're looking at the science end of things, our animals, our farm animals, are not being touched. They're living. Um, they're living a longer life than we are. I'll tell you. Or some people would. It's a mystery. Again, it is quite big mystery. Um, I'm not saying that to be gross or to gross anybody else, or to rig up a good horror story because Halloween is coming. But yeah, those are theories, um, or scientific proof, that we're seeing in these times, and that kind of stuff like that too, as well. Um, but yeah, but again, yeah, of course they can say it's not, they can say it's not healthy, but what isn't in our foods not healthy? Pop has got caffeine, it's got sugar. You got Coca Cola. At one time, when Coca Cola was introduced to the world, it had cocaine in it. Over the years, they kind of took that out of it, kind of drained it out from it, and they started making it with preservatives. Substitution, they preserved it, to sugar, water, acid, some type of acid, sodium, and that kind of stuff like that, or whatever, caffeine. Um, same with your everyday doctor's prescriptions they give you. Your doctor prescribes you for pills for stuff if you need them to keep you well. You'd be surprised what's in them too as well. Um, this kind of stuff. Well, a lot of that come from. They make you think. They make you really think. Farmers really make you think that they're really butchering cows. Um, but really, the meat source, like I was saying before, when people are ready, or are ill enough and ready to pass on or whatever, they could have had it in their will that they wanted their body donated to the food market, or they wanted, or they chose to be, or they choose to be cremated or be buried fully into cemetery grounds. It's whatever the individual's choice was in their will. All that is all what they classify as, once it's written down on paper, it's considered being legalized. Um, their wishes are granted if it's marked in a will. If they don't have a will, then the government's just going to do whatever they want with them. And if it's a thing where they didn't have a will, and they had no family to cremate them and no family to pay for the burial, then what they do is, guess what? They become food in our local meat grocery stores. They get chopped up for pork chops, or they get chopped up for steak. It So that's what I said, and the animals are living well and laughing at the vegan people. And 10 to 1, 9, 10 tenths of time that becomes food later on in the future is the vegan people. And they become pretty tasty. No. Pass the ketchup and the barbecue sauce. Tasty. An all you can eat buffet. I'll tell you. Good. So I a little bit of TikTok coming out of me. Sorry, guys. Totally. I'm not trying to scare anybody or nothing like that. I tell you, I'd be pretty good at being an everyday Stephen King. I tell you, right? I tell you, I probably make a lot more money than he ever made. I'll tell you, with some of the horror story ideas I can come up with. I'll tell you. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it is, I can say it is scientifically, evolutionally proven today. Those are options that are possible, and they don't always tell you about that. A lot of people don't even know those are options that exist. It's called science. It's called life. It's called science. Especially if they're a donor, say people. You never know. I'm not trying to turn anybody away from watching Midnight Meat Train. I tell you, I know I got that movie. I tell you, that there is a movie there that I tell you, it's sick. It is a good horror movie, but it is sick. Totally, it is a bad movie, but it's good for entertaining. To watch it on TV, or watch it on the CD player or DVD player, Blu-ray player, whatever you have. It's probably on Netflix too. Yeah, I don't know why you. Excuse me. I got the hippie burpees. I don't know what everybody's complaining about Netflix for. I think that's just a TikTok storyline that everybody's canceling Netflix. Like, come on, guys. Netflix is Netflix. Hollywood has always made pretty good movies. I tell you. Like I said, yes, there's a mixture of movies on there. There's comedy movies. There's movies 1, 2, 3. Watch classic cartoon movies on TV. On TV, excuse me, the old cartoons. But yeah. So like I said, there is, it could be just the time of year. Yes, could be just the time of year that right now there's not a good variety of movies. It's the same old junk on there. That I've not already watched. But like I said, eventually, like I said, with Halloween coming, yeah, they'll pile all Halloween movies on there. I'll tell you, to do with Halloween, kids' Halloween shows on there. Yes, it's gonna have a big pile on horror movies. It is gonna be hectic, totally. But yeah, so again, feel free to guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I guess all TikTokers now have no choice but to go back YouTube. I don't know if we can keep our TikTok trend going on YouTube, even though it is not TikTok. I would love to keep the TikTok entertainment going on YouTube, if YouTube will allow it, without kind of what you call, you get whiny and complaining. and without out popping up, camp, you ain't notice it, claim notices, or this company owns this, that company owns that. Um, I would love to uh, keep the TikTok tradition going on, even on YouTube. That'd be awesome, totally awesome. And you go as long as you want on YouTube Live. Way longer than you would have way longer than 60 seconds and 15 seconds. You get the full song in. Totally. But yeah, so just wanted to do that kind of update. I'm gonna basically cash in for the night, guys. Thank you guys so much. I know it is getting late. I just wanted to do again. I just wanted to do a quick update, so everybody knows, or be cautious, and basically kind of give you guys give you guys the update of what's going on with TikTok, or what could be happening to TikTok. Um, that there's a possibility we're losing TikTok. Um, I know it's a shame to see it come down to this. I tell you, it was not. Other than that, it was a good app. It was enjoyable. I tell you, it was the best thing I've ever was a part of and enjoyed being on there. I tell you, it brought people lots of laughs and that kind of stuff like that. And brighten up. It really brightened up people's day, and that made people laugh and that kind of stuff like that. All the different talents coming out, like the cosplay theater, like the role cosplay theater, different people doing different characters, talents. Like was able to get on there and you know, we role play the character Ernest on there for you guys. Hope you guys liked it. Sorry we could not finish up Ernest Goes to Africa. Definitely too much raining again. Raining. I would have loved to gone right to the end, as that soundtrack was going and that kind of stuff like that. But the cameras kept kicking it on and off. Um, that kind of thing like that. And all same thing happened with Ernest goes to jail. Role cosplay. I tell you, that was, and seeing it, and actually seeing it done differently without watching the actual movie. Watching me imitate them live on TikTok. People probably get a kick out of that. In a real life human being form, and then watching it in a Hollywood actual on the TV on the Hollywood film, and seeing it differently, but seeing it live, in a real live human version of it live, like here on like social media, to make you laugh, comedy wise. Would be different, like you would see if you went into a performing arts hall or whatever. Watch a live production on stage. So it goes to show you it can be done. Totally. Really. It'd be, I've never ever seen that done in a live theater hall before in my life, but it'd be something to see. Totally see real live actors reacting out the Ernest movies, but live on stage, in real life, in real life, real life people, instead of popping in a DVD player, or that kind of stuff like that. But still keeping to the same soundtrack sound and that kind of stuff, and just mouth flipping the words, and having the big loud audio behind you. And that kind of stuff like that. So that was really, really cool. It probably shocked a lot of people because on TikTok, because they're seeing what you call a role reenactment, cosplay of Ernest done by a real human being, from prior to seeing it in an actual movie. Bringing that movie into reality. so they get an up close look at some comedy. So you know, um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Those, if you tuned in, it doesn't look like anybody tuned in, but that's okay. We may give it a try again. It's something that I may try on YouTube here. If like I said, means I got to move my computer to another room. Usage of the DVD player and that kind of stuff like that for the soundtracks, to pick up the soundtrack, whatever. But yes, it can be done. Shows you the cosplay can be done. I'm just thinking if YouTube will allow that kind of cosplay theater, let me do that cosplay theater. That's up to YouTube, totally. Because I do know that YouTube does that. There will be an interference by YouTube, saying some company will try to claim it, that kind of stuff, which is understandable. You are going to get that indefinitely. But it's like I said, it's just about social media is about entertainment and enjoying yourself. That kind of thing. Maybe if it works out on YouTube, converse to go back and do the whole cosplays through all over again. But no, it'll be harder. That kind of stuff like that. No, I would just finish up what I couldn't get. Just the two that got cut off. I would do on there, but I'd tell you, no, I wouldn't go back to the other one. But I think the other one the fourth set, indefinitely, would have been quite cool. But yeah, it's up to YouTube. We'll see what you basically. We'll kind of wait it out, that kind of stuff like that, to see if see what other people do on YouTube, and if it looks like like YouTube is going to be acceptable to it. Now YouTube's not like Facebook. YouTube does allow so much copyright, but then there's a limitation point to it, to certain things, before they say but Facebook in generally platform or Facebook Live, it doesn't it won't allow any music, any usage of music at all, or any movie soundtrack sounds at all. Facebook is too hypocritical. I can honestly say that. But like I said, YouTube, I've never between the whole time we've had TikTok. TikTok was way better than anything. But YouTube, but only the difference with YouTube, YouTube has it has a limit, to a certain point. There's a cutoff point. Totally. That is totally different. What did I hit? Oh, sorry, I hit the margin at the bottom. I'm always hitting something, but yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. But yeah, it's a shame that there's a possibility we could be losing TikTok, guys. We kind of seen and heard this coming. Like all this TikTok shutdown stuff, hit us back in July 10th. We thought we were going to lose it by July 10th, but we didn't. Then they detained it to now. So like I said, it is, and if it looks like it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like I said, if it goes out in the States, there's nothing we can do about it, because anything that channels to the States, like I said, channels into Canada here, we pick up on it. And if it goes out in the States, then yes, Canada here will be affected. It'll go out here as well. even if even if our government is not banning it, they ban it in the states. Automatically, it's gonna go adios, amigo, from Canada here in generally itself. Um, because everything we channel off the states for everything. Um, it's just the way Canada's always been. So when we pay for our internet apps to our internet companies, everything's American companies. So everything we pay for, like TikTok or whatever, if that goes out in the states, the app is garbage here. Um, we can't get it. We'll no longer be able to get it. We were only getting it because the fact it was channeling through the states. And for the last 6 years, we were able to pick up on it. We were able to buy into it. We pay for it pay our internet providers for it, but like I said, it's going to be shamed. It's going to go nighty night. Fortunately, I think I'm over time too as well. But yeah, I did what I could. I did what I tried to finish up that 4 set, guys, cosplay for you guys. Sorry I couldn't do it. I'm starting to have technical difficulties. My TikTok camera's going out, and that's probably because we're getting closer to the 15th of September. And like I said, if this is for real, signs are showing because my cameras would not have went out. My TikTok camera would have not ever went out. It would have it wouldn't have act up, but it's starting to act up. So it goes to show you that we're losing it. So, thank you guys so much for tuning on in, and I'm gonna end the stream here, guys, and have a good day. Bye for now.